We love to spoil our pets. What is the healthiest and safest way to do it? Well, I'm pleased to say that joining me today is vet Emma Milne with some top tips on how you can treat and pamper your pet responsibly. Emma, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So let's talk about this, because a recent survey has suggested that 70% of us think that our pets know what love is. And we love our pets, so they're clearly part of our families, aren't they?
Absolutely, and I think, we sort of always say the UK is a nation of animal lovers, but I'm fortunate that in my line of work, that's what I see every day. And people do that. I've got clients who very openly say to me that their pet is part of their family and they're like their children.
But in the same way that we can smother our children with love, we can actually smother our pets with love and perhaps do them more harm than good, thinking about things like sort of treats and overfeeding them and perhaps under-exercising them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, things have changed even over the last decade, and obesity now is a really, really big problem in pets across all the species, really. Mainly dogs, cats and rabbits, but can have massive health consequences. And although we have ways to get weight off our animals, and it can be done, so don't be defeatist about it, but it's always better to try and stop them from getting fat in the first place.
And what sort of ways can we do that?
The really good thing to do is go to the vet first and foremost to make sure your pet is actually, find out if it is overweight, because lots of people don't know how to body score them. And I think over the years we've got used to seeing animals that are fat so much that sometimes I've had clients who with normal animals who've been told they're too thin.
Yeah.
So go and find out, get on board with it. Make sure that your food is appropriate, that you're feeding. Don't give human treats. A lot of human foods can be very poisonous to animals. And there's so many good diets around now that are so easy to work out what they need. And don't be afraid to keep getting them weighed and adjust the amount accordingly. They all vary so much, and particularly dogs with all the breeds, they're so different.
Okay.
And just keep on top of it with the right food at the right time.
And in the same way that we should monitor the calories going in, we should monitor the calories going out. That's to say, we've got to give our pets the right amount of exercise.
That's it. And I think lots of people, hopefully, we try and encourage responsible pet ownership as much as we can, and sometimes people have maybe ended up taking on a pet that wasn't really appropriate, or a dog breed that they couldn't keep up with. But that's why people should do their research before they get them, make sure they're going to have the time and the energy. Some dogs need hours and hours of exercise a day. If you've got a cat that hasn't got access to the outdoors, look at ways that you can encourage them to exercise, because lots of cats are quite happy to sleep 24 hours a day. But things like laser pens, toys, there's lots of ways that you can actually sort of enrich their environment and get them moving. Yeah. And with dogs, it does vary a lot depending on the breed and the age they are as well. Equally, we don't want to over-exercise young ones.
Something that's very important, it's going to be compulsory for dogs in 2016, is microchipping. Now, you can microchip any pet, I understand, talking to you, and it's something that we should all do. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, the thing is, lots of people have collars on animals, but cats particularly go missing all the time. The internet's covered in stories of animals that have gone missing, which is heartbreaking for their owners. April 2016, it will be compulsory for all dogs, so get them done now. There's no point waiting. But any animal that's going out and about, microchipping is such a cheap and quick way to get them identified for life.
Just quickly for people that don't know, because the device is on the table there, what does microchipping actually do? What does it involve?
So it's a small chip that's about the size of a big grain of rice. It gets injected into the animal in various places, depending on the type of animal. In dogs and cats, it goes under the scruff of the neck. It sits there completely inactive until a scanner gets passed over it, and as soon as the scanner goes over, the individual chip number comes up.
Right.
There's a database, you have all your details on it. It's important to know which database you're on, which chip's been used, and then if you move house, really you must keep your details up to date.
And it's not going to trace the dog, it's not a tracker, but when the dog or the cat or the animal gets found, all the information is there.
That's it, yeah. Great. So anywhere they get taken, vets or dog warden rescue centres, they'll all be scanned.
Brilliant, great stuff. It was short and sweet, but thank you ever so much for coming in.
Thanks.
So there we go. Big thanks to Emma Milne there for joining us today. If you would like to find out more about microchipping for your pet, log on to the website, all the W's, www.tracer-microchips.co.uk. All the information you need about how to keep your pet or dog or cat or whatever it is you've got safe and tracked with a microchip is on there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.